Okay, y'all, so I kind of got a little bored and I've missed working on mowers a little bit. So I've decided to do something a little bit different. And it starts with this sign. Not really, but the sign fell off of my wall. I've got to use some concrete, some of these concrete anchor bolts and find a couple of good washers and just pop it right there and right on the other corner and pop it up there and call it a day. But in relation to Craftsman, it's something I have not really done on this channel before, is work on a riding mower. How about two? So two Craftsman mowers here. They look pretty good. They're fraternal twins, so to speak. One of them's a little bit newer than the other. One of them has a little. They're all different in their own aspects. But backstory: I just kind of started browsing around on Facebook Marketplace, found a pair of these. It's actually kind of hidden in the ad because it just said lawnmower, and it was hidden in the ad. I think it was a picture of this one. It was just one picture of each, and it was like, you know, both mowers. So it was a lot of two mowers. Asking $250 for both. I got them for $220, and lucky enough for me, they were only about 20 minutes from the house, so I didn't have to go very far. I'll tell you what I know. I'll give you a quick preview of them, and then there will be future videos of me hopefully working on them and getting these things right, getting them fixed again. First one, the one that probably has the least promise, although it looks the best, probably need a little bit more work just because of what's been done to it. It's a Craftsman 42 inch. They're both 42 inch decks. This one's got the 16 horse single cylinder Briggs on it. And it's a newer model than the other one. It is a 2003, an October 10th or an October 23rd of 2003 is the date stamp on that. I'll give you all a better angle of that. It's the year, the month, and the day. This one is in decent shape for what it is. It has set outside a little bit of, I think a little bit of lead acid has gotten from under the battery here. As you can kind of see, if there's decent light down there, you can see the pulley for the transmission's rusted. That's not an issue on this. The issues that I know so far with this mower are the safety switch has been taken off of the seat, and they have rigged, let me get around the other side, they have rigged a start/run switch over here. And I don't know how it is put together, but it looks like they modified the seat safety switch and just turned it into a start-run switch. The seat safety switch may be just fine. I am not sure. We're going to test it out because I would really like to have it working for the potential buyer of this mower. It's a 6-speed, as I mentioned, 42-inch cut. This is one of the lower end ones. Guy has put a brand new starter on it. He says it won't. He says it won't kick over with the key anymore. But another symptom to it is that the blade cable is frozen at this point. That doesn't say that it is frozen in general. The pulley itself is not moving on the deck, so I think it's just from where it's set and weathered, a little bit of rust on the pulley. We'll get a little bit of PV Blaster / WD-40 and whatnot on it, and hopefully that'll do it. It has the upgraded, this is a little bit newer than that one, so it has the upgraded steering with the little planet semicircle deal going on, and the electronic blade engage. That's a very common problem with the electronic cable-driven blade engage versus the mechanical blade engage. I didn't have keys for either. This one didn't have a battery in it. But again, I've got these for $220, so $110 a piece. Motor's got compression on it. It's just hard to turn because the blades are, but you can hear the compression of the motor. Can't quite turn it. But I'll get to working on this. This one's in decent shape though. See if the starter solenoid and whatnot works. I have the starter solenoid. I'm not missing any of that. This one right here, it's missing the side discharge chute. Not too big of a deal. That's really the only thing that's missing on both mowers, which is pretty amazing because you see a lot of these that are picked apart. This one's actually got the little bull bar on the front of it. Ready to do some pit maneuvers or something, right? This one is hydrostatic. 42-inch cut, 19.5 horse opposed twin Briggs, which is a favorite amongst a lot of people. These things run really smooth. He's tried to get into this a little bit. It's missing a couple of covers, big whoop. But it's all there. I have the cover for this. I don't have the bolt for it, so I'll improvise on that front. But he put a brand new air filter in it. Looks great. The battery is basically new. It's from February of this year. The symptoms with this one runs and cuts grass as it is. So that's a plus. What is wrong with this one? Oh, he says it only runs on choke and under load, which he was running it when he ran it for me. He was running it on low throttle, and it wasn't really sped up very much. These things, obviously, air-cooled engines like to be sped up when they're run full throttle. So you have that going for you. Like I said, I heard this one run, and I saw it cut. So that's half the battle right there. Cosmetically, this one's in a little bit worse shape, but from what I've seen, everything works on it. So, which is a good thing. I think the seat safety switch has not been disabled on this mower. So this one has good promise. I am hoping, and I might tackle this one first since it is running. And then I'm going to have to figure out, oh, and he tried to shut it off with the key, but he was using a screwdriver or something of that nature. So I don't think he was able to get the key switch off. I've got a couple of keys. Again, no big deal. I've kept a couple of good Craftsman parts around. But if y'all know, these mowers, the decks are kind of the weak points on them, especially unless you have the 12-gauge steel decks. The blades on this one are in pretty good shape from what I can tell. The decks on both of them are in pretty decent shape. They like to rust out here on the front, kind of around this area if you're not careful. But these are nice and solid still, so I'm very happy about that. The belts are in, from what I can tell, are in good shape. And I'll show you the deck on the other two. The deck on the other one, there's really only damage to this deck. Somebody hit something really hard with it. But honestly, that's the worst. If that's the worst damage there is on both of these mowers, for $220, I'm extremely happy. This deck, again, this one doesn't have the anti-scout wheels on it. You can add them if you want to. This is more of the lower end Craftsman. But as you can see, the decks don't have any holes in them. Very solid decks. So I am pretty happy about that. One small little hole right there, but that's fairly common. If that's the worst damage on these decks, I'm very happy with it. This one may need some blades on it because the blades look a little rough. I can't really turn around the blades just to see how they are because they're connected to the belt, connected to the transmission and all that mess. So again, this is just a preview video. We're going to dive into these. You'll see quite a few videos on these, or 2 very lengthy videos, whatever I decide to do. So yeah, I just wanted to give you all that update because it's going to be a little bit different stuff that y'all are going to see here on the channel here over the next couple of months while I wait to go get my customer return push mowers. Everybody keeps asking for riding mowers, riding mowers, riding mowers. So we're going to give these a shot. And if I get one of them running, then I'm going to be in the good. If I get both of them running, I'm going to be in the very good. Like I said, $220 for both. If I can get this one going and decent, this is probably a $350 mower in itself. Might be able to squeeze 400 out of it, depending, because it's got the twin motor, the hydrostatic. Could be able to squeeze 400. I couldn't get more than about 350 for this one though, with just a little 16 horse Briggs and just the condition it's in. So again, 300 on the low end, 350 on the high end, and then add about $50. So looking to make a decent amount. We're going to see what we can get out of these, but I appreciate y'all continuing to watch. Just the 1,000 subscribers and all of that monetizing the channel has kind of driven me even a little bit more to try and provide y'all some good content to come up with. And so that's kind of one of the main motivators for me to actually be buying these riding mowers. Number one, it's a good deal. I like buying Craftsman's first off because I've got quite a few good parts, and I like buying complete riding mowers so that you're not going around hunting parts and it become eventually a money pit. So thank you all for watching. You will see more of these fraternal twin Craftsman mowers, so to speak. If you want to see anything in particular on these, like if you would like me to do a video on the differences between these two mowers, since this one's a little bit older and this one's a little bit newer, sing out. I'll be happy to do one. I might do one even if y'all don't ask me to. So yeah, I appreciate y'all watching. I wish I could find the model and the serial number on this one real quick. Here he is, 98. So you're talking about a 5-year difference, but you're talking about a difference in the way that it steers, the mechanical versus the cable-driven blade engagement. And just a couple of minor differences apart from that between the two. Updated engines, a couple other things. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, and I promise you there will be more of this coming up.